Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys That Magic. This is Hunter, Steven, and Shane. Say what up, guys.
Hello.
What's up, nerds?
We are back January 22nd, 2025. We have more Aetherdrift spoilers. Get ready to race, I guess.
Vroom vroom.
I'm ready.
We don't have as many cards as yesterday. Yesterday was, I think it was like 38 different cards.
Way too many.
That's a lot. That was always day one. Day one's always the most. But today, 10 cards, including some uncommons because there weren't that many rares. So, as
Or
always,
mythics.
uncommons and commons over on our Instagram as well as all the rares and mythics. So check them out. But let's go ahead and kick it off with this episode. We're starting with this card called Marketback Walker. It costs XX. It's a 0/0 artifact creature construct. This creature enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. It has an ability to pay 4, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and whenever this creature dies, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it.
Is this where Walking Ballista lives?
Yeah, maybe.
Marketback Walker. I don't know. How do we feel about
Hangerback
this
Walker.
card? I mean, you want it to die,
Yeah.
but you also
Yeah.
want to put a lot of counters on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can read.
Is
I
this
mean,
card
I
good?
I think so. I mean, it just depends. I mean, listen, I it's very hard for me to talk about standard. But in other kind of like EDH style decks, I think that this goes really nicely with some style decks. Obviously, you want to put a bunch of +1/+1 counters on this, and then when it dies, you draw cards. Now, granted, I think, if Riley were here, Riley would probably say something like, well, what about the returns? Like, how much mana are you investing into this for it to
Lot.
be good? And unfortunately, it is a lot of mana. Technically, you only really have to put in, just a little bit just to get it to be a 1/1, and then you can just add on. But unless you're running something with like a ton of infinite mana or just mana in general, it's kind of pointless.
I mean, I guess you could put this down on whatever turn you want and block with it and get the return of drawing cards. It is cool that it is colorless card draw.
I mean, it's a
Yeah,
blocker. It's a 2 mana draw one, essentially.
that's true. And hey, it's a target for things in standard right now, like Agatha's Soul Cauldron, if you wanted to put counters on your own creature.
That's true.
And I will say, to this set, I have seen a lot of cards with cycling, like we talked about yesterday, and just other cards in general that are adding +1/+1 counters when you do those effects. So I can see why they threw this in the set.
Yeah, it's not a bad card. Let's move on. This next one. Samut, the Driving Force. It is 3 red, green, white for a 4/5 legendary creature, human warrior cleric. It's got first strike, it has vigilance, it has haste, it has start your engines, and other creatures you control get +X/+O, where X is your speed, and non-creature spells you cast cost X less to cast, where X is your speed.
Got a speed commander.
We do have a speed commander, which is pretty interesting. I
That
feel
is
like
interesting.
it's kind of powerful.
Yeah, it caps
Yeah,
though.
but
It kind
the
of sucks.
speed, if I'm not mistaken, can only be 4 max, right?
Yeah, it
That
caps
is
at 4.
correct. So other
Okay.
creatures you control get +4/+0, and then your non-creature spells cost 4 less is pretty solid.
Yeah, once you get there, it's pretty solid.
I mean, this
Easy to
is
get there.
also 6 mana. So, I mean,
It
it's a
is
big
6 mana.
finisher.
You'd have to have a lot of other things in your deck that start your engine, because if this is the one that does it, you're waiting forever.
I mean, you just need one thing on the field to start your engines, and then
Right.
this could come in later.
Right.
Like that land we saw yesterday that you play it and it starts the engine,
Yeah.
which is great.
I know.
I mean, I will say first strike, vigilance, and haste is pretty good.
Pretty aggressive.
Mhm.
Pumping
You
your
need
team.
that extra stats for 6 mana.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's a cool card. I'm excited to hear your guys' opinions as far as commanders when we do our commanders grade video.
Yeah.
Because as you know, I'm a Naya player, so I got some thoughts here.
I bet you do.
Yeah. Garbage. Spoiler alert.
I don't know about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next card. This is Voyager Glidecar. It is 1 white mana for a 2/3 artifact vehicle. It says when it enters, you scry 1. Then it also has an ability where you could tap 3 other untapped creatures you control. Until end of turn, this vehicle becomes an artifact creature and gains flying. You put a +1/+1 counter on it, but it also just has a normal low crew cost of just 1.
It's like
Does anyone check the binary on the bottom?
I don't know what it says. You can go ahead and drop a comment.
Hunter, I feel like this could be played in standard,
I think it can too,
like a
especially
lot.
with yeah, especially with a kind of those creatures matter decks where you could just
Yeah.
play a bunch of different, I don't know,
Little 1/1s, little tokens, yeah.
Yeah,
Tap it up, make it big. That's kind of nuts. That's a really cool card.
good one drop.
A 1 mana
Yeah,
2/3,
crew cost
yeah.
1 mana 2/3 crew 1. And it's got upside when it enters. It seems good. Steven, you don't like it?
I'm not a huge fan of it. To be honest with you, the most interesting thing, and I'm currently doing it right now, is looking up this binary.
Just
Hey, I said drop a comment. The audience will let us know.
also the artwork here. Is that Atlas from Portal?
It's pretty funny.
No, that's
but
isn't that the dude that we talked about yesterday, the blue white?
probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just. It was. Come on.
It's the joke.
Come on,
Steven.
Steven.
Come on.
Oh,
Give it the
He's too busy looking
program.
up binary, dude.
I mean it's
While
impressive.
Steven looks that up, I'm just gonna go ahead and
Let's do
move
it.
on
Okay.
to a new god. That's right, another new god. We have
Ooh.
Ketramose, the New Dawn. It is 1 white and a black for a 4/4 legendary creature god. It has menace, it has lifelink, it has indestructible. It says it can't attack or block unless there are 7 or more cards in exile. And whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and or the battlefield during your turn, you draw a card and lose a life.
That could be fun. There
Could
are
be
plenty of
fun.
ways to exile stuff.
Oh yeah. Standard. I mean, we got Ghost Vacuum, temporary lockdown puts them in exile. We got a lot of cards that can go ahead and make this be able to attack and block
Yeah.
very quickly.
Got a lot of keywords too.
It translates to I love you.
That's nice.
I love you too. What about this god
Steven,
now, Steven?
new god.
This god's not great. I
What?
really hate when I don't like it. I just during your turn, like how much can you exile on your turn? And it says whenever 1 or more. So it's just like you really just need a bunch of exiling effects, and it's just not that fun. I mean, blinking, I guess, but
Hey, I told you, man. You can use Ghost Vacuum.
I mean, that's a stretch.
Very,
The
very
deck
easy.
that I just played against you, Hunter, there was so many cards that like exile it, right? Like
Mhm.
so much removals exiling, and
Yeah, Shane, you got Anoint with Affliction as well. It's a good card to exile stuff. I think very doable to turn this on quickly. A 3
Yeah.
mana, 4/4 menace, lifelink, indestructible. Yep, I'm here for it.
Yep.
Got card draw stapled on there for just playing the game of removal. It's easy.
Mm.
I'm here for it.
I'm not.
I like it a lot. See if you like this next card, Steven. This is Full Throttle. It is 4 and 2 red for a sorcery. After this main phase, there are 2 additional combat phases. At the beginning of each combat this turn, untap all creatures that attack this turn.
pretty sick.
I love it.
Pretty
It's
sick.
definitely
Hats off.
that's a win the game card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take 3 combats. Thank you.
God,
Full
that is so
throttle, dude.
good.
Look at Loot there. He's stoked.
He is stoked. I like it.
Yeah, this
I love the flavor text too. You wanted a fight? Now you got 2.
Something you could do with this though, copy it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Perfect
That's-
colors too, man. Perfect color.
What's that? 5 combats? No big deal.
This card will see play 1,000.
Win more, 1,000%.
If you copy it, yeah. I mean, this card is just win game.
Wait,
So
you want to win?
all
like
the
it.
combats. I love it.
I like it
love
too.
this card. Moving on, we have Count on Luck. It is 3 red mana for an enchantment that says at the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn.
Oh my god, do you think we're gonna get a cycle? Like
Cycle of Luck?
Phyrexian Arena? You know what I mean?
No. I think this is like the cheapest version. Granted, it's all 3 red to doing this effect. Red card draw.
Yeah.
It's always an exile, and this is fantastic.
Yeah.
Card advantage.
No, this is solid. I really like this card.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Count
Now-
on Luck.
I'll ask you, standard player. You played
Love-
mono red because you're that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Does this go into the Exile deck?
In an Exile deck?
No, no, no. In the like a mono red deck on standard.
Depends on what kind of mono red you're running. I mean, if you're running just aggro, no, not at all. I don't think this
Yeah.
card's good enough for it. But in a kind of tempo deck, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I do love the fact that it also says you may play, so you can play lands.
Mm-hmm.
That's just solid, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is the best part about this card. But count on
Card
luck.
good.
Love it.
More like
Moving
count
on.
on loot.
Count on. It's true, actually. Moving on. Thopter Fabricator, 2 and a blue, 4/4 artifact vehicle, flying. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, you create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. Crew cost of 2.
I think this card's missing something.
This card, this card's very good.
I think so.
Like
Yeah.
really good.
This card's fantastic.
Yeah.
In a deck that wants to draw cards, which
Blue.
blue, yeah, say a lot of
Yeah.
blue.
Blue wants to draw cards.
Yeah.
When you do, you get rewarded with 1/1 flyers. So cool. Don't
So
even need to
good, man.
crew
It is a
this.
4/4 flyer on its own too,
I know.
if you wanted to.
4/4
Yeah.
flyer for 3. Crew
Mhm.
2, which isn't that bad. I mean, just right off the rip, Shorikai. The screams Shorikai.
Without a doubt in my mind, Steven, this is going in my Shorikai deck.
Good
Hope I
card,
open
good
one.
dude.
You could just buy the single.
Hey, Hunter
We'll
doesn't do
see.
that. Hunter
We'll
doesn't do
see,
that.
Steven. Hopefully I open it.
Hunter's like, well, if I didn't open it, I can't play it.
But yeah, that's our final rare / mythic today. Let's move on to some uncommons that were spoiled. We have a Marauding Mako. 1 red mana for a 1/1 creature shark pirate. It says whenever you discard 1 or more cards, you put that many +1/+1 counters on this creature. You can also just cycle this creature for 2.
Hey, Mako's a shark.
I know that.
Just wanted to let you know.
Yeah. This card
mean-
is very good.
The flavor here is fantastic, by the way. Because Mako sharks are like the trash cans of the sea. They eat everything. So like
Okay.
I don't know.
what a
that.
bunch of junk. I'll take the lot. Like it's the flavors here. I love the design. I love the flavor. I think everything about this is great.
Flavor wise, it's very good. Yeah. Completely agree. People are comparing this card to Flameblade Adept from back in the day, which saw
In a
a
minute.
ton of play.
Yeah.
And so this will probably see play.
Probably.
And I'm here for it. I like it. Good 1 mana drop. So, Mako Sharks, Steven. Junk Eaters.
They're junk.
Junk eaters, dude. Yeah.
Moving on. I said I didn't want to spoil it, but here's who won the race right here. Hour of Victory. 2 and a black for an enchantment that says start your engines. When this enchantment enters, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. And then at max speed for 1 and a black, you can sacrifice this enchantment and search your library for a card, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. Activate only sorcery.
Banger.
Mm.
Not bad. I mean,
It's got my favorite word on there.
what?
Sorcery?
Search?
Zombie.
Oh.
Sorcery. Yeah, I mean, this is cool, I guess.
This is great. What are you talking about?
Slow.
Yeah.
Very slow. You don't get to sacrifice this till you have max speed.
Not everything's got to be a power level 10 or
I
guess
want it to
what,
be
4
max
now.
speed, dude.
I want to
It's
use
gonna
it
get
now.
there.
For
Gonna
5
get there.
mana,
and,
you're gonna search your library after you get max speed
and yeah, this literally just enables like start your engines.
for 3 mana.
Or I get it.
I
You
mean,
get,
it is
you
an
get a
enchant-
zombie, but
So enchantments are very relevant in standard right now.
yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Could see this sliding into somewhere just as another enchantment on the board. I don't know. And then go ahead and sacrifice it later to get the win con.
Okay.
There you go. I fixed it for you.
Well, Steven already liked it, so he fixed it for you.
Yeah. Whatever. Moving on. The final card we're talking about today is Cloudspire Coordinator. It is a red and a white for a 3/1 creature human pilot. It says when this creature enters, you scry 2. It also has an ability you can tap it and create X 1/1 colorless pilot creature tokens, where X is the number of mounts and or vehicles that enter the battlefield under your control this turn. The tokens have this token saddles mounts and cruise vehicles as though its power were 2 greater.
Cool.
Kind of cool, huh?
Makes a lot of pilots.
Yeah,
Well,
blink
potential.
a bunch of stuff. All right, blink a bunch of vehicles and mounts, and then
Yeah.
you can tap it and make a whole bunch of pilots.
Okay.
What a funny pose.
He's like, well, he's waving them on behind him, like, come on, guys. And then he's pointing, we're going
Over
this way.
there.
Yeah. He's like waving on, come on, over there.
Yeah, it's a cool card. A 2-mana 3/1 that scries when it enters is always pretty good.
It just dies to everything.
Dies
hey,
to everything.
I
Yeah,
understand. We
but
can't always say that, but
it's uncommon for a reason.
that's true.
It's just it's a good common though. I like it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, seems fun.
Yeah, it's Boros. It's great.
Actually, you know what? No, Boros sucks. I don't like it.
No, it's not how that works at all.
I take it back.
You take it back immediately. Alrighty, but that is going to do it for us today. If you guys like that video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you're staying up to date with everything else that we got going on. Check the description for all those links to our social media accounts, including that Instagram one, because not only do we talk about the rares and mythics in every single video, but if you wanted to see all of the commons and uncommons that are also spoiled throughout the day, check that Instagram because we post them all. But before we wrap up, comment down below, letting us know what your guys' favorite card was today. Before we get out of here, Steven, what was your favorite card today?
It's got to be Full Throttle. I don't even got to look like I did last time. It's probably the best card that was spoiled so far.
Very good card. Shane, do you have a favorite?
Dude, I like that Voyager Glidecar. I think it's going to be sick.
I actually like the new god a lot. Ketramose, the new Dawn. I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
And on the screen right now, those are all of our Patreon subscribers. If you guys wanted to check out what they're seeing, which is not here on YouTube, take a look at the link in the description as well, and consider subscribing to our Patreon. And a very big special shout out to all of our indestructible tier members. That is right. You guys get an extra shout out, starting with
Daryl Tripp,
Marion Turner,
Doc Jerome,
Jimmy Ward,
Kevo,
Larry Killian,
Thrifty PSGR,
Tim K,
Wish Warreich.
Ryder Cole.
Thank you guys so much for your added support. And until the next video, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.